Hi, John Fritchie, Primary Residential Mortgage. When it comes to getting a home loan, there are a lot of loan programs out there. And one of the most popular is through FHA. FHA is probably the most popular loan program for first-time home buyers. And a lot of folks, even though they might be buying their second or even third house, might find that an FHA loan program will suit their needs better than anything else. Well, why is that? To understand FHA and its motivation, we need to go back to the beginning, and that puts us back in the 30s during the Great Depression. If you remember from your history classes, during the 30s, factories, industries, everything was shutting down, laying off thousands and thousands of people who all of a sudden found themselves with no money. And that meant no money to pay their bills, including their mortgage payments. Well, when they quit making their mortgage payments, the bank stepped in and would foreclose against their house and force them to move out. Problem was, even though the bank now owned the property, there was no one to sell it to because no one else had any cash. Well, the banks were like everybody else. They relied upon those mortgage payments for the cash to keep them operating. And a bank without cash really isn't much of a bank. And that's one of the reasons so many of them folded. So the federal government stepped in and formed FHA, or the Federal Housing Administration. And it has two goals. One, help people get into a home. And two, help protect lenders against losses due to foreclosures, so history does not repeat itself. Let's start with number one, helping people get into a home. Wow, FHA does so much trying to help people buy a house. Probably the most important way is allowing someone to get an FHA loan for only 3.5% down. That money can come from your own funds. It can be a family or a relative, or even through a down payment assistance program. Number two, helping protect lenders. What FHA did is they went to the banks and they said, hey, we have a loan program that we will let you offer in your name. That's why, even though you might be making your check out to your local bank or a credit union, it's still FHA in the background backing you up. And to the lender, they said, if you follow our rules, we call those guidelines, if you follow our rules and for some reason that person quits making their payments and goes into foreclosure, yes, you'll have to foreclose on that property and take that house. And unfortunately make those folks move so you can sell it to someone else. But in the meantime, FHA will step in and pay off that mortgage to the bank. So now they still have operating capital while they try to find another buyer. That's why during the recession of 2007, 2008, once again, unfortunately, thousands and thousands of homes went into foreclosure. But the banks were okay, because the federal government stepped in and paid off all those loans. They do that by attaching a little insurance policy to each loan that they provide. It's simply called mortgage insurance. So, quickly, let's go back to number one, providing homes for people. Besides low down payment, looking at homes possibly available through FHA, you have a lot of options. When you look at a house and you're thinking an FHA loan might work, always be thinking of safety. FHA's concerned with the safety of the family moving in. Give you a quick example. You might look at a house, walk in the front door, and there's no carpet. Well, that still might qualify for an FHA loan. But if those little nail strips are around the edges of the wall, that's a no-go because that's a safety issue. Those little strips are going to have to be removed. railings. Are there railings on the stairs? Again, that's a safety issue. Or maybe peeling paint. That's a biggie. Are there any areas around door jambs, garage doors that the paint is peeling? That's going to have to be scraped and repainted, because if wood is exposed to the elements, that's going to let bugs in. Again, a safety issue. There is so much to offer with FHA loans. If you have any questions, please let me know. Shoot me a text or give me a call. 801-726-3596. Thank you. Okay, I need to add a little bit to this video. It's been a couple of days, as you can tell, different shirt and a haircut. I've had some folks ask me if they come across a house with a missing railing or some peeling paint and they're going to use FHA for their loan, should they walk away from the house? And the answer is no. By all means. There's a lot of homes out there that just need a little love. So, talk to your agent. They can negotiate with the sellers of the house. See if they're willing to make those repairs so the house will comply with FHA guidelines. And if you're an agent and you're walking through a house, perhaps to do a listing for them, if you notice those missing items, the railings, the carpet, peeling paint, bring it up. Maybe they're more than willing to make those repairs before that listing even goes live.